Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all you brothers out there preaching His word in sincerity and truth. Go ahead and start with Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 7.
Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand.
And what is Babylon in this particular scripture? Is talking about America, because this is long after Babylon is gone, and so we're in Jeremiah right now, during the time of Jeremiah. So it's talking about a different type of Babylon. If you read the scriptures a little bit, for you brothers out there, go ahead, keep going.
That made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunk of her wine.
And what is that wine that it's talking about? It's talking about the philosophies and doctrine. What type of environment are we in today? You're talking about the homosexuality, talking about all kinds of you got homosexuality, you got all these other nations here, you know, everybody believing in different types of religions, all that stuff. Philosophies, doctrines, that's what it's talking about in this particular scripture. So right now, man, we're in a crazy time. Well, brother just put out an article earlier this week where they're going to start shaming people for not accepting a man who's basically changed himself into a woman if they come at you and you turn them down. You know?
In theory, it's already like that.
God.
But it's gonna reach a scale that you're not gonna be able to just live your life without it really touching you. It's going to touch everybody. You're going to have to make a decision as concerning the scriptures in one way, shape, or another.
And with that being said, there's other things you got to pay attention to as to what's changing in this environment, even though the money system, all that type of stuff, man, they're prepping kids for so many different things from elementary school up till now.
Mm-hmm. Therefore, the nations are mad. Verse 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed.
And first and foremost, so take it back a little bit to where the nations are mad, because, man, that's not just talking about here in America. That's talking about in all these other countries, too, because think of the uproars that are starting to happen right now, where these countries are starting not to get along. Not starting to, they're not getting along at all. Excuse me, man, do you mind stepping back?
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. It's just...
I'm sorry.
It's good.
So you want me to start back on verse 7?
Yeah, go ahead and start.
Babylon hath been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
And why are those nations mad now? You've changed up so many things with Esau, who's a so-called white man according to the Bible, who has changed everything throughout the world. You got, right now, World War III is playing its course, right this very moment. And you're trying to bring in what you call democracy into these other countries, and now that they're highly angry about that stuff now. You got their women walking around dressing up any old type of way. You're changing up their monetary systems if they don't follow it. All that type of stuff. You're taking down all their leadership throughout time and history. You know, it ain't just no Osama bin Laden that they took down. They took down Iraq. You had Saddam Hussein, Gaddafi. That's right. And now they're trying to take down Syria, which is currently going on right before your very eyes.
What's the guy in Syria? Assad?
Bashar al-Assad. Khan.
And that's just the ones that we know about. That's just the ones that are mainstream.
Khan.
Verse 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her.
And how is this place going to fall? It's all going to be due to these other nations saying enough is enough.
Right.
Man, there's certain current events taking place, man, where there's a lot of race baiting too. And we'll get into that. Go ahead.
Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain.
And then how is that going to take place? Once again, there's certain events taking place here alone in America that's about to get people extremely angry, which is this race baiting. With your so-called Negroes who are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are part of the 12 tribes, by the way, which we did not mention, but so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are constantly getting shot by police, and it's being shown live, on camera, on Facebook. Cops got their own cameras now, and they're just getting away with it. They're getting off with pensions, all kinds of stuff. And it's going to lead into these race riots. I'm going to tell you how. A recent event that just took place, I believe, was in Minnesota. Where a Somali American, who's a police officer, shot a so-called white woman from Australia. She called the police because of a domestic dispute going on with some neighbors. She comes out to the police. They didn't have any cameras on, no nothing. He just reached over inside of his car, according to the reports, and just shot her. So now you so-called white people want some type of justice for a woman who's not even a part of this country, this part of the continent. You want some type of justice for her, and they're getting angry about that right now.
If so, she may be healed. Verse 9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed.
And why is that? Why is it not healed? Because one, you got this place has an extremely big history, which is going on in this day and time, which is slavery. People think they're not in slavery anymore. I don't know why they think that. You got a Social Security card, birth certificate, you still owned by this place. You're a slave.
Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven.
Well, so once again, man, this thing has gone to the point, man, where it's getting ready to go down hard. The Lord is going to start putting the spirit on you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, to start tearing this place to hell down. It's about to get bad out here. Right now, Jake kind of all in this forgiving spirit. You got cats coming in the church shooting our people up. You got cats who claim to be doing some dang on neighborhood watch coming, killing our people. Soon Jake gonna get tired of that, man, and the Lord is gonna put a spirit on you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. What else can I mention about you so-called Native Americans, man? They keep them all out of their areas, man, so they can create a pipeline. An oil pipeline, man, so they can start dealing with the oil trades and stuff. They get ready to change up the whole monetary system. When you talk, man, if you brothers pay attention to some of the brothers that's doing videos of algorithms and stuff on how the economy is changing. They starting to do Bitcoin and all that other type of stuff, man. Everything's going digital.
No, I'm going to keep reading where you have. Starting back at verse 9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, let us go everyone to his own country, for a judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. Yahweh hath brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare Zion on the work of Yahweh our power.
Yeah, man, this thing has reached up to where the Lord, man, like I said, he get ready to start putting the spirit not just only on you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, man. These other nations are getting tired of America as well, man. People keep trying to distract you clowns out here who are really not paying attention. The news, that media stuff is beyond confusion, going back to that drunken wine. Man, y'all forgetting that Russia is allies with Syria, China, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? These people and they see that the economy is about to start to going into a whole another rotation with the monetary system. Man, pay attention to the brother Ariella and their brother from London, man. They doing nice algorithm videos breaking this stuff down to y'all.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's on GMS Dallas in class, man. Brothers, pay attention, man. Real talk, man. It's truly time to wake the hell up out here.
And also pay attention to the spirit.
Gone.
Pay attention to, like the brother said, the videos, to the spirit of what's going on around you, and stay in tune with it. Don't just watch it and then go back to your daily routine. Apply it to your life. As the scriptures say, measure the time. And if you measure in the time, you'll know that it's that very same time, just like the scriptures say. So add this unto your life. Don't just watch the algorithm video and just be like, oh, that's cool. But apply it to your life. Understand that that time that you pray for, that you seek for, is here. So put off all the things of today and bring on that hope for tomorrow.
Yeah, because another way that you so-called Negroes and Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, you still are trusting in this system, man. I'm gonna tell you why, man. A perfectly good example I could bring up of the confusion of this place would be like that conscious community stuff. These guys are taking you back thousands of years, a couple thousand years to Egypt. But man, pay attention to the history that's going on here alone, where they still, from the point of us coming on those slave ships, from Portugal, not just Africa, Portugal, Spain, all these places where they were raping, robbing, murdering your people, they're still doing it today. It's still happening now. But you got, man, you're so spiritually asleep that y'all don't even know what the next move is to make, what the next move is to make. Some of you are thinking that you could create a school, try to school your school your people into understanding the way to get up out of here, but you're still dependent on this system. Not only are you still dependent on this system, you're still thinking that you're going to survive here up under the so-called wickedness, under the wickedness of the so-called white man. That is insane, man. It's insane to continuously think that you're going to somehow make it and keep it moving alongside these devils while they're still literally shooting you. Right. They don't have to hang you anymore. They can come up with any excuse. They got this stuff on camera now. They're doing it live on camera. No different from when they were taking pictures after they done cut your testicles off, put them in jars, and had their little kids smiling alongside of them. Right. It's the same exact thing, a repeat.
Same spirits.
Same exact spirits, man. Those same people that y'all seen in them videos and them pictures of when they were hanging us, torturing us, cutting our people open. This stuff is nothing new anymore. It's happening right now in the 21st century. Understand that it has never gone anywhere. They're still teaching their kids this stuff. You guys can remain confused off of this interracial dating and all this other BS, but now look what you got right in front of you. You got people who you can't even tell if a man's if this woman is a woman anymore. You got people dyeing their skin, doing all kinds of craziness now.
I'm going to read Revelation 18. You wanted me to get another precept?
No, but go ahead and bring out your precept, right?
Revelation 18. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with its glory. And he cried with a mighty strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils.
Man, and what does that word devil mean? Deceivers. There's constant deception, man, going on here. You guys just think that somehow, man, another brother said to me earlier, man, like, yo, man, we think we eating meat. You got documentaries out. You can simply go look up on Netflix. You don't need cable anymore. They got this documentary called What the Health. Hey, man, these animals are so crowded up, they're eating each other. Right next to each other. If they're not just eating the feces, they're eating their own bodies and whatnot. Soon that's getting ready to happen amongst us when there's a great famine here.
Right. Now, if I could say this, it's correct the brother saying soon, but in some cases, that's happening to Jake right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Venezuela and so on, and even parts here in America. For example, you have the prison system. It's no telling what they're feeding those people in there. They could be doing the same exact thing as they feed those hogs in those hog pens. What do? They take the ones that died from whatever reason, ground them up, feed them to the people. Now, I'm not saying it's like I want this to be true. But as we know, the so-called white man is the devil. He could be doing that same thing to the people that are out here eating this food. For example, in the prison system, they could be eating that same type of shit.
That's right.
The same type of dead human flesh, dead animals like that. This whole place has to go. And that's what the scriptures are talking about. I'll keep going in Revelation 18. Starting back in verse 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become a habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
Man, and it's like, once again, our people participate in this stuff. Right now, as we out here talking in this heat, man, our people walking down the street smiling, some of them miserable. Man, that's total confusion, man. You would think everybody be on one accord on the weekend when you got off, but it's not like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But not, I mean, I don't want to just make it seem like it, but once again, the point is that people are drunken, man. They're just thinking that they could continue on in this life, and then whatever just happens. Right. We just recently had a shooting out here not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? Anything could go down, man, where they killing police and stuff. They really are trying to get this race war going, man. Believe it or not, man. That's why the media is out there. You guys already know that this stuff is a constant deceit. You know what I'm saying? Now you're finding out that the current president that you got in your office somehow cheated his way in office by dealing with Russia or whatever it is. They're trying to get you people in the uproar.
Right. And the scripture says, Salakia, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. All the kings, all the presidents, all the prime ministers, all around the world have committed fornication right along with America, with harboring Israelites in their country, not allowing the Israelites to be free, not giving them the correct understanding of who they are. You've committed fornication. I could go a long list of the things you'd be doing, but you're going to have to take that fall right along with Great Babylon. You're not going to be able to step back and say, no, I wasn't with that. You've been going along with it from the beginning of the time. You've been doing the same policies, dibbling and dabbling right along with America. And enslavement and all types of things, drugs, everything. So you're going to take that fall right along with it.
God, and with that being said, is a perfectly good example of that is you people still out there voting. That's right. It don't matter whether you're part of a Democrat, Republican Party. They all got the same goal. They're all still arguing over the same thing. And you thinking that these people are on your side, you thinking they're on that side.
That's right. And the merchants of the earth, Salakia, and the merchants of the earth are waxed riches through the abundance of her delicacies, and you men of high business stature and all that, you're going to take a fall right along with the politicians, because you're waxing richer and richer off of the policies and the laws and everything that America has passed through the years. So you're living high off the hog, as they say, based off of the wicked deeds of America. So you're going to take that fall right along with America.
And how you going to take that? How you going to take that fall? You're going to take it by accepting that chip. You know, once everything completely goes digital, people are not using that FRN anymore. Yeah. You know, people are going to start taking that chip, man, like it's candy. They going to take it, bro. And you're going to all be participating in it all and telling everybody, man, just go along with it, man. Just go along with it.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquity.
That's right, man. The Lord, man, look. This stuff is clearly out in the open, so there ain't no way in the world the Lord gonna miss all this now. Man, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, you're 2/3, man. Y'all going down with these devils. That's definitely for sure. Because y'all not going to wake up to this. Lord, you know what I'm saying? Lord willing, man, we're of the elect, man. We're trying to wake our people up, man.
That's right.
We trying to get our people, the kids, man, to really see what's going on out there. Stop eating this nasty food. We can't even stop y'all from eating pork. We're showing you that this food is just so messed up now, you don't know what's healthy anymore.
But as with anything, even in life, you got to give it a good try. But we understand that giving it a good try is following the law, statutes, and commandments, and believing in Yahweh. That's our giving it a good try. As we know, you're not even supposed to have that word try in your vocabulary. Either you're doing it or you're not doing it, right? But as with eating, you could go on a straight up vegetarian diet. But as we know, as the brother pointed out, hey, the vegetables aren't just excluded from all, you know what I mean? They're just pure as anything. But you got to put forth that best effort to try to make yourself as good and whole as possible.
That's right.
So you got to just put forth that effort. Now, some have chosen not to eat meat. Some still eat it. Whatever you do, you just got to put forth that good effort and give it that, like they say, old college try. So like, you got another precept for me?
Yeah. I'm about to say, because what he's saying, this is basically straightforward to the point. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For Yahweh shall bring every work into judgment, with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. So this thing is straightforward to the point, man. You know, you guys, the Lord is paying attention to everything, man, based on your works.
That's right.
How you conduct yourself in everyday life. This thing is not hard now, man, to where we could just tell you from a worldly point of view how nasty and unhealthy things are. I cannot remember what this one movie is, man, but it was crazy because this pig had ate the feces of a bat, and next thing you know, it started a humongous outbreak, man, to where the whole entire population was going down. Don't you know that's exactly what they showing you in that documentary on Netflix called What the Health?
That's right. And how do you avoid it? Read that precept one more time. How do you avoid some of these diseases? How do you avoid colon cancer at 35? How do you avoid things like that? Well, no one can say that you'll just completely exit out of your life. But what you can do is believe in the Most High and His Son. And in doing that, you'll be doing good works. And in doing those good works and believing on Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, you may be saved from some of them wretched diseases.
That's right.
Because if you believe on them, you'll do what they say to do. What do they say to do? Eat a certain way. But go ahead and read that.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
This is the whole duty of man. And if the Lord can get you in that spirit, because we all know it goes down to the Most High choosing you and bringing you to His Son, so that you can see the goodness of His work. Because without that, you ain't got it. But that means something. It's a very bland saying, but it's also very particular, because if you can accomplish that, then you can X out a lot of bad in your life. Start at the top of that one more time.
This is cool. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments.
And keep his commandments. And you will be saved from a lot of the evil and the perilous things that are going on around us, right?
That's right.
But you must take it upon yourself that if the Lord put you in that spirit, like, look, I'm going this way. That's it. I'm not worried about what somebody else is thinking or doing. I'm going this route.
That's right.
Go ahead.
For this is the whole duty of man. For Yahweh shall bring every work into judgment, with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
Whether it be evil. Fear the Most High, keep his commandments, and give it that old college try, as they say. Or you can do like the people of the world and just say, fuck it, I'll just do what I want to do and hope for the best. There is no hope in the world. Because in the world, what do they say? We all die. Well, we're all going to die. So what do you care? Why do you care about what you eat? Hey, we're all going to die, so why not smoke a cigarette? We're all gonna die, so why not try heroin? They have no hope.
That's right.
They have no faith, no hope, no line of where to be, where to go. They just live like brute beasts. Because that's what they are without Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua and his word.
God, if I could say this too, brother, it is beyond some confusion, beyond confusion too. Because if you go on Netflix and see what the hell, but then they got another show in there called Street Food, where guys just going out there eating all kinds of body parts of different animals and stuff. I'm talking about stuff that's just straight crazy. The stomach lining of animals in a salad. That's total confusion all in itself right there. You're eating it in a salad, something that's supposed to be healthy for you, but yet you're eating stomach lining of a pig or a dang on cow.
Can I get a precept?
Come.
Let me get 1 John chapter 5 and start at the top.
Come.
Because it's very important to understand that without Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, you'll be in that situation where, like I was talking about, hey, we all die, so just live it up. Enjoy yourself. We're all gonna die. You ask these people walking around, they all say the same thing. Like this clown right here,
Confusion.
he's making it a point to point out what we're doing, as if we're the crazy ones. But they're walking around with their smoothies and their $20, sandwich from wherever, not knowing none of the things that's going on around them. Or we're the crazy ones. But anyways, back to that point. You will not have any trust or any hope or any faith. You will be out here thinking that, hey man, I'm gonna die. We all die. And you will, without that hope. But we are trying to give you that hope through the Spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. But read that for me, 1 John 5, start at the top.
God, this is 1 John chapter 5, verse 1. Whosoever believeth that Yahushua is the Mashiach, Salakia, is born of Yahweh, and everyone that loveth him, that begat, loveth him also that is begotten of him.
Go ahead.
By this we know that we love the children of Yahweh.
That's right, go ahead.
When we love Yahweh and keep his commandments.
Keep his commandments. That's what you must do. You must love Yahweh, love the Son of Yahweh, which is Yahushua, and keep his commandments. And do what is good for you to do. It is lined out in this book for your benefit. You not eating pork isn't a benefit for the Most High. The Most High is complete and whole. The Most High doesn't need to abstain from this, that, and the other. That is for you. The Most High made a pig for an appropriate purpose, but it is not to be eaten. The Most High understands that we must get that into our minds and into our spirit, and understand that not just about the pig, but about all things. Adultery. That is not what a man is supposed to do. But jump back in there for me.
Verse 3. For this is the love of Yahweh, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
And his commandments are not grievous. What does that word grievous mean? I'll just simple and plain. It's not hard. It's not hard at all. You just have to do it. You just have to leave it alone or apply it to your life, depending on what it is that you're talking about.
That's right.
For Christmas, leave that shit alone, especially if you're listed on that 12 tribe sign. Abstain from that. Leave it alone. Why? Because it does you nothing but harm to be caught up in those wicked philosophies.
That's right, because you're unknowingly worshiping you're into that pagan worship, this stuff goes all the way back to Babylon. If you just break these simple things down alone of what these people are doing when it comes to simple things like Christmas.
That's right.
You're worshiping Nimrod's penis. You try to break all this stuff down on people, but they are so far gone that they don't comprehend it.
That's right.
It's too hard to understand that man, you're unknowingly causing harm to yourself. You're unknowingly putting a form of witchcraft on yourself. That's why it talks about people are drunken. People being drunken. Don't you know that's a form of witchcraft being put on you? You don't understand that part of it from a spiritual point of view, man. That's what these devils do all day, every day. That's why this place is spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt.
That's right.
Because what did they do in Egypt? They did witchcraft too. If you read the story going back to Moses when he said, hey, listen, I came here to tell you to let my people go, so I'll order by Yahweh. Here's the power of Yahweh. He laid the rod down on his staff down on the floor, turned the snake. You know what they said? We could do the same thing.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
And they can do something to liken unto what the Most High does. But it's all through magic, witchcraft, and cunningness.
Illusion.
But it's not real. Like the brother said, it's an illusion. Don't you want the real thing? Don't you want the truth of the matter? When we say real thing, that's what we mean, the truth of the matter. When he dropped that rod and turned it into the snake, the Most High made the atoms and everything change and from one thing into another through being able to control the elements of the earth. Now, what did the magicians of the Pharaoh do? That was just put a veil in front of your eyes. That was just all smoke and mirrors. But the Most High did it in real life. So who do you want to follow? And that's a very important thing the brother brought up. Who do you want to follow?
You know,
the real or the fake?
And then speaking on the real thing, man, y'all don't even understand the power of Yahweh Shah right now. For all the men all over the world to be waking up to what we're doing now, that is the power.
That's right.
That's power in itself. That's the thing y'all can't grasp right now.
That's right. And just for a second ago, we was talking about Christmas. You got all these people, and the brother kind of said that, you know, you may not know about it. I'll say it like that. But to me, in reality, everybody knows. If you don't know the full understanding and breakdown of it, you know that ain't got nothing to do with Jesus' birthday. You know that much. And you know it's just a day of receiving a gift. That's all you want. You want to receive something. You want to get something for free. You want to make a little come up. And that's all that philosophy of Satan, right? But just since we said that, can you go to Isaiah 40 and start at verse 18? Since we brought up and it's funny, we were talking about Christmas at work, and it was a guy at work I talked to sometime. He kind of understands about the truth, and he's been watching a few things. I don't lay it on him too thick. I just listen to him mostly and just talk a little bit. But people are understanding that, look, I'm not doing that Christmas shit no more. I'm not doing that shit no more. It ain't got nothing to do with so-called Jesus' birthday. It ain't got nothing to do with making the so-called white man richer. But go ahead, Isaiah 40, and start at verse 18.
This is Isaiah chapter 40, verse 18. To whom then will ye liken Yahweh?
Now you can't liken what you're doing on that day to anything that is involved with the truth, that is involved with Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah. The truth ain't got nothing to do with putting a tree in your living room. Trees are supposed to be where? Outside in the woods, in the forest, growing wherever they grow. You ain't got no business cutting down a tree and putting it in your house. That's not what